Ever wonder why two people can have the exact same information, but one becomes a millionaire while the other stays stuck? What's up, everyone? Welcome back to tokns.fi. Today, we're diving deep into the psychology of achievement. We're talking about how successful people think differently than the rest of the crowd. I'm going to break down the three specific mental frameworks that separate the high achievers from the average, and how you can apply them to your life and your portfolio in 2026. At tokens.fi and coherencedaddy.com, we study the intersection of wealth, blockchain, and mindset to help you level up. Abundance versus scarcity. Most people operate from a scarcity mindset. They think there's a limited pie, and if someone else wins, they lose. Successful people think differently. They operate from abundance. They don't see competition, they see opportunity. Think about the early days of the TX ecosystem. While most were afraid of volatility, the 1% saw a new frontier for scalable value. When you stop asking, "Can I afford this?" and start asking, "How can I afford this?" you've shifted your brain into success mode. The Risk-Asymmetry Framework. Average people avoid risk because they fear losing what they have, but successful people don't avoid risk, they manage asymmetry. Asymmetric risk is when the potential downside is small and known, but the potential upside is uncapped. This is exactly how the most successful players approach DeFi. They don't gamble their entire life savings, they allocate a calculated percentage into high-growth protocols. They understand that the biggest risk in 2026 isn't losing a small amount of capital, it's the risk of missing the next giant wave of innovation. Iterative failure versus permanent defeat. For most, a mistake is a signal to stop. For the successful, a mistake is just data. They don't see a failed project or a bad trade as a defeat. They see it as an iteration. It's a software update for their brain. If you want to see more of these mental models, check out the deep dives over at coherencedaddy.com. The secret is simple. The people who succeed are simply the ones who were willing to fail more times than you were. Implementing the 1% mindset. So, how do you actually start thinking differently today? First, audit your circle. If you're surrounded by people who complain, you'll start complaining. Surround yourself with builders in the TX ecosystem. Second, embrace the discomfort of the unknown. Whether it's learning a new language or a new blockchain protocol, growth happens at the edge of your comfort zone. Stop playing to not lose and start playing to win. Shift from scarcity to abundance. Seek asymmetric risk and reward. View failure as necessary data for iteration. Success isn't about luck or secret knowledge. It's about the mental frameworks you choose to run in the background of your life. If this shifted your perspective, hit that subscribe button and join the tokens.fye community. Smash the like button if you're committed to upgrading your mindset this year. Comment below, which of these three frameworks do you need to work on most?